Hello, I'm back for another video. I've filmed like a couple other videos and it's just annoying to spend your time filming a video and then to not even like the footage. And annoying as well. I started editing a video that ended up being like 50 minutes long, but I don't feel like I articulated myself properly, and yeah, that's annoying. Feels like a waste of time, but I try to think of it as like this is all practice. So even if the videos that come out to you guys are not fantastic, or the videos that don't even get to you guys, everything is still practice for like practicing filming, practicing editing, for when my videos will be better someday, you know? So today what I want to do is, I have this book. I bought this when I got to uni in first year to treat myself because it's a well fancy notebook. I'll give you more of a close-up in a minute, but yeah, I bought it to sort of document university, kind of like a journal, I guess, and it has been a journal. It has been a multitude of different things when I ended up trying to start a project and then didn't commit to it bunch of times, but I want to read you through some of it and see if it interests you, react to it, talk about it. Albert Einstein, because I'm a nerd and I studied physics. This has like literally his, I think his paper on special or general relativity, but just like beautifully like engraved into the book, and then on the back is the dude himself. And I just loved it, and I still love it, and it's got something of a recording of bits throughout my university journey. So if you like this when you've watched it, then I could read more. If you would like, how about you subscribe, and then you'll see more of my awkward face and learn more about me and the things I have to say. Let's just get into it. So, as we go through, like, it starts off super neat in like my fountain pen, and then eventually we get to later on, and I've like used different coloured pens, and yeah, it got disorderly, but I still love it, and it is still sort of like an extract from my mind, I guess. So the first entry I have in here is from the 21st of January in 2017, so well over 2 years ago now. I guess I'll just begin. I find life for me has always, or for a very long time now, been a series of ups and downs. I don't want to compare it to a roller coaster, as this would be implying that anything about this dynamic is fun or enjoyable. It's difficult to cope with, more often than not, suffering debilitating low patches and then finding that when you reach the eye of the storm and you feel okay for a while, maybe even better than okay, happy even, you're always on edge for the next downfall. It's hard to ever feel safe from yourself. Having said all this, what I actually wanted to say was that right now I'm doing alright, but I'm wary. I'm doing my best to remain positive and look at life with different eyes this new year ahead of us. There's an airplane I spend my time. I've started reading again, which really makes me happy, and I aim this year to make a record of every book I read and to read as many as I can. This is in itself part of the progress, beginning a journal, so that I internalise my thoughts less, free my headspace for more important things. Doing physics at university so far has been among the hardest things I'd ever had to push through, and at this point I'd only been doing it for less than 3 months. And it was already the hardest thing I'd ever had to push through. A constant fight against the urge to give up. You're not good enough, you don't belong here, everyone is more intelligent than you and it's obvious you're drowning. Everyone can see it and they laugh at you, to themselves or behind your back with each other. It hardly matters which. What matters is you're embarrassing and kidding yourself that any of this is going to get any easier. Ouchie. Just a few of the things I have screaming through my brain pretty much every single waking moment. But we Keelings, we fight hard no matter what. It would feel like disgracing my blood to drop out, so for now that's my cat at the door. Stop it! What's wrong? Bloody hell. They can be buggers, they can. But I love them. Anyway, shall we proceed? So for now, I'm treating it as a matter of one foot in front of the other and remaining just about afloat. So I was clearly struggling already, 3 months into university. I could talk about it, but I feel like you get a sense of how shit I felt at this point. And it isn't just the course that's hard, it's being away from the only people, my family, that I know, love and care about me. At one time I only kept myself alive for them. It's scary being without them all the time, feeling alone. No one here makes me feel safe like they did, not even close. Yes, I have friends, people I can be around and have a laugh with, whose company I enjoy, but I'm constantly paranoid that everyone here secretly hates me and just puts up with my presence as a matter of practicality. Paranoia. I've never been so paranoid about these things than I have since coming here. Rationalising myself is difficult, but it's something I have lots of practice with by now. I can acknowledge when I know my mind is moving away with itself off a cliff. I can bring myself back usually just in time. Usually. But I guess this is what things will be like for a while. I'll get better at keeping myself calmer and handling what life throws at me over time, I hope. Another thing I find hard here, but that I found hard for years anyway, is getting myself to socialise. It's so much safer to stay cooped up in my own little bubble, working alone in my room, watching alone in my room, reading alone in my room, eating alone in my room. But even having addressed that fact, even when I leave here, it's to walk alone around campus, to shop alone, to fetch my post alone, to go to the library alone. Being around other people is not an easy task for me. I feel like normal people almost speak a different language, and I don't know how to read their facial expressions or their body language, know the real meaning behind their words. People are not always what they put out into the world, and I don't know that anyone really shows anyone their true selves, and that's an alarming fact to me. So I was scared of socialising, I was scared of everybody's true intentions being negative towards me. I felt it hard to trust anyone, just pretty lonely. I'll skip a bit because I mean, if I read you everything, you'd just be like, you'd know my whole soul. You don't know, do you? I try to be a person that people can like. I'm too nice, a word I have heard describe me way too many times and now leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I want to be nice, sure. I want to treat people with respect and kindness, but I don't want people to walk all over me. I don't want to bite my tongue when there are things I need to say, maybe important things, but I can't because they risk upsetting someone. I rarely stand up for myself. I feel the constant need to explain myself to people over the silliest of things, and additionally to this sort of thing, I'm afraid of my own real face being seen by other people. I hide behind a mask of makeup. I guess what I'm trying to say is I have trouble accepting who I am and how I look, even hate it sometimes, so it's difficult to be myself. So I can't relax around anyone except family, and they're all the way back home, an hour and a half's drive from me. I don't know who I can trust, who is genuine and who isn't, which faces are real faces and which are hiding themselves too under however many layers, and whether I even want to know what's beneath their layers. Fiona, and you were being very dramatic, but gotta express your feelings somehow, don't you? Next entry we have is the 23rd, so 2 days later. Things took a rocky turn last night. Tears, a lot of them. I'd say I was borderline sobbing, something that hasn't happened to me for a very long time. I can't remember the last time. I must be feeling more fragile lately than I'd realised. It shook me. It's likely been triggered by a struggle with this week's assignments, but I know that was barely what this was about. They came from a much deeper place. Right now, I'm not really in the mood to psychoanalyse myself as I do too often. I just felt I needed to acknowledge this occurrence. I might talk about it more in depth another time when my head's in a calmer place. I thought I'd try to think about some more positive things for the time being. Mum is possibly visiting me this weekend. I wish I could see Neve and Dad too, but she's got to go help a dance teacher out with her kids' party, and Dad's in America working right now. They're all busy people, but Mum knows I'm having a hard time and she's going to try to get to me if she can. I don't want her to stick her neck out or be an inconvenience. I'm sure I'll survive if she can't make it. It certainly would be nice to see her though. It would help, I think. I bought myself Matt Haig's Reasons to Stay Alive and read that recently too. Such a wonderful book that I really needed, inspires me to weather all these storms. It's Monday today, and Mondays are always really busy, but I know busy is what will be good for me. Lots of distractions, less time spent thinking. My tutor, a lovely guy who I like and dislike in equal measures, cancelled tutorial today, which perked me up a bit, as silly as that sounds. So I just say that I liked him and disliked him in equal measures. Yeah, he wasn't the best tutor in the world, not for me, not for someone who suffers with mental health difficulties. He just was not supportive. So I guess at this point it hadn't been that long into uni and I was trying to be like open-minded and not judgmental of how iffy he was about certain things, but you know, as I got to know him and he got to know me, we did not get along, and yeah, I had to move tutor group for 3rd year. We have the 28th now, so 5 more days after that, and it starts. I feel good today. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just because it's Saturday. I don't know if it's because labs went relatively okay yesterday, which is going to help improving my lab report from the last one. It could be any number of things. It could be nothing at all. Why speculate really when I can just enjoy it and embrace these feelings? I really haven't been alright this week. The days felt very tough to get through, but today, now, I feel alright, and it's certainly a welcome change. The week ahead of me is likely to be really stressful, mainly due to the aforementioned lab reports, but I'm going to do better this time. The second report writing process will not be such a panic-stricken one. I'm determined to make sure of it. Just plod through the mountains of work, slow and steady, calm. Oh, I might be inquiring about my first tattoo soon, which is really, really exciting. I know the artist I want and have most of the actual piece planned out ready, almost, to pitch it to him so that he can bring it to life. I honestly cannot wait to be tattooed. I think it's going to help my relationship with my body so much. That's cute. That's cute. Then the next one was on the 30th of January. It feels so weird to say that we're nearing the end of January 2017. I must admit this has been a difficult month, but hey, I survived. Then I did a list of good things that happened and bad things that happened. You know, balanced. Not too positive, not that negative, I guess. The next one was the 31st. I feel that this week has certainly begun more positively than the last one. I wouldn't say I'm quite optimistic, but I'm doing my best to avoid my usual pessimism right now. I'm hopeful that at least for this week, one step at a time, things might go okay. I did a big thing. I contacted the university's mental health services and have requested an appointment. It's this Thursday. I thought I'd have more time to ready myself than a mere 2 days, but this will be good for me. I know how easily my mental health can slip, as it has recently, and I need to try and keep on top of it before anything gets too bad. I'm really nervous about this appointment. I'm not quite sure what to expect or how it's going to go, but we shall see. I've been really busy lately, but I always find it being busy helps. It's less time left alone to my thoughts. It is very tiring though. If I just keep myself calm for a week, things will be alright. Getting stressed till your brain turns to mush in your skull never solved a thing, did it? This one was on the 1st of February, so I was keeping, like, thus far in the book I was keeping up with journaling regularly very well. Go Fion. Today has been one of those days where it feels like I virtually haven't stopped, and I've gotten bits of work done, but I feel like I haven't achieved much. I try to remind myself that any steps forward are a good thing, no matter how small, but when you have deadlines coming up, there's that added time pressure looming over constantly. It's taking a lot of effort to try and keep myself calm, and yet still the feelings of dread and worry wash over me frequently, like my defences are simply too cracked to keep them at bay. Thursdays are never my favourite day of the week, but tomorrow is giving me that unnerving stomach pit to an extra degree, in particular because of the appointment I need to face. I can only hope that I say everything I need to say, that my voice is really heard for once, so that something positive can come out of this and make my university experience more bearable. The worry is that these things seem to have a tendency for being complete wastes of time, and I really don't want that to happen again. I've had a lot of experience with mental health related appointments just feeling like it's really hard. My battery is slashing, so I'm going to round this up now, and if you want to hear more from it, if you want me to talk more about my university experience with or without the book, then comment below. Like, please. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!